has been made in Canadian basketball. One hand down, all over the defense.
One-hand talkback.
Oh! Bringing the fans to their feet, putting a man in the rim. And that was it. Oh my Lord!
Welcome to the NPA on NPH. The National Preparatory Association is expanding for Season 3. Canada's only national prep school basketball league is accepting applications from high-level programs from coast to coast. The NPA provides top competition, unrivaled exposure, and every program will have an impact in the growth of the league. We may also be able to provide opportunities for individual players looking to join one of the NPA teams. The team application deadline is April 30th. Email info@northpolehoops.com to start the process for your chance to join a nation inspired.
Game 2 of 6 today, showcase game number 2, ST-LAURENT from Montreal, Quebec in the whites, taking on SJK, St. John's Kilmarnock in the yellows. Ben Datro, who had himself a game yesterday, gets his own offensive rebound. The Express looking to make their drive home after this one a little bit more enjoyable by coming out with a win here. Jason Tom here alongside Elias Sabate.
And you hear the loud bench from ST-LAURENT already. We talked about how close-knit they were, Jason, in the previous game. And this is a squad that it's you know, you put it on Coach Akram Sulaiman. He's built a brotherhood with these guys. Even after they all move on and go to different schools, they stay in touch. They check up on each other. Great block there. Made a little bit of body contact. Trayvon Minot. And you've seen in the previous game, if you were around to watch the BC Christian game against Beast, currently Sammy Hunter seems to be the best big man in this league, but the future is right there. Trayvon Minot.
Great young man. A player that seems to get better every time we see him. Again, we start up our quarterfinals at 2 p.m. today. 2, 4, 6, and 8 are our start times, where you will see our top 4 seeds from the National Preparatory Association in the quarterfinals, taking on the teams that won yesterday in day 1. If you can get down to Sheridan College in Brampton, please do. $10 a day, $30 for the rest of the tournament. That's some value there, because you will have 2 semis on Saturday, the consolation and finals on Sunday.
And that 8 p.m. game tonight, that's the one you want to be at. GTA Prep against Crestwood. Yesterday, Crestwood had a very strong game. Jacoby Neath, Franco Miller connection, lots of contribution from other guys on the bench. They were able to play their full roster. Now, Jacoby and Luis Pacheco end up stepping away from the night with an offer from the University of Texas San Antonio. These guys are coming in to play AJ Lawson, the #1 ranked player in 2019, and a very strong supporting cast in GTA Prep. Casey Azagu, the big man, Hafith Moalen, the point guard. Joshua Houghton, point guard, shooting guard. DeAndre Pierre, the list goes on. These guys got a lot of guys that can really contribute for GTA Prep.
And that's the most exciting thing for the rest of today, as, Gideon Twumford would like that one back, is that we really don't know what to expect in the rest of those games. So many unknowns starting up at 2. And right now, SJK looking to end their debut season in the National Preparatory Association on a positive note, especially after yesterday's disheartening loss. While ST-LAURENT, again, You can put it in perspective for me, Elias. When you're looking at this Express squad, if you've never seen them play, and you look right now on the broadcast, you see the size differential on a lot of them. But the way the age groups work out for Quebec, you know, what is this team, why is this team in the NPA, and what's it going to do to help them when they head back home?
So the St. Laurent community is high on development systems, and they felt that getting them, although they were young, they knew that they're coming in much younger than everybody else. Getting them in and getting them against high-level competition at a younger age is only going to breed more confidence. It's going to help them excel from a natural development stage where they're competing against the best on a regular, stronger players. And then for next year, the majority of these guys, so if you're a 2020 prospect, you are headed down the CJEP route. Now the CJEP route, you go CJEP 1, CJEP 2, CJEP 3. So it's 3 years of kind of a collegiate system where they're playing at the college level. So you go from grade 11 into college. Now, some of these guys like Ben Datro and the big man Trayvon Minot, maybe even Gideon as well, are considering going prep and staying in a prep system, which will allow them to graduate as postgrads. Now, if that is the case, by the time a kid like Trayvon Minot is done playing on the prep scene, that kid is going to have multiple high major offers on his table.
Nice little breakdown there. I know the Quebec school system and basketball system is one that has never been fully clear to someone like myself who's been involved mostly in Ontario when it comes to the high school basketball level and, of course, the national basketball system. But it's a good explanation because you see a team like this and you just wonder, you got an elbow to the nose. Alex Novicic took an elbow to the nose.
And we're trying to make sure that we stay on top of the guys playing prep school basketball here in Canada, in the States, also the guys that are playing at the JUCO level. There are several players, and one that I'm keeping tabs on pretty aggressively is Markel Frazier. Markel Frazier last night had himself a big game in the final game of the season. Had himself 27 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists against New Mexico. This is a guy that went from D1, maybe had chosen the wrong fit, went back to the JUCO route, and now he's got another 2 years left. Coaches at the Division I level, at the mid to high levels, looking for a combo guard, check out Markel Frazier.
North Pole Hoops keeping you covered in every different aspect, not just about the top D1 guys. That JUCO route we've seen many times. We have a number of players currently playing professionally now or about to finish up their collegiate careers, and we've seen what they can do by using that JUCO route and then catapulting themselves into D1 schools, and how much more ready they are by the time they get there. And we have a number of guys in the JUCO realm right now, as you just mentioned with Markel Frazier, that are ready to take that leap. Not everybody has the same path, and that is we must emphasize that to the young kids, that, not everybody has the easiest dream scenario where you play high school in Canada, you go prep in the US, and then you get high-level NCAA Division I, and you play 1 or 2 years, and then you're into the NBA. That's not the only path to play professionally.
That is the 0.5%, 0.5 to 1%. And that's why we always say that fit is so important. Yesterday, sat down with Coach Michael Peck, who's got a ton of experience. He's coached in the G League. He's coached Finlay Prep. So we talked about him yesterday. He's coached Tristan Thompson, Corey Joseph, Naz Long, Anthony Bennett. The list goes on. We talked about this in depth. fit being the most important thing, and studying. Like, you got to be able to study conferences, study the schools that are recruiting you, study if those coaches are still going to be there next year. A lot of coaches during this time are getting fired and hired in different places because whether their season has been good, whether they've had 3 years to get it done and have not. Whereas you look at the U Sports level, and I'm calling them out right now. You look at the U Sports level, there's guys that have been in position for 5+ years with under 500 records, and they still got their jobs, Jason. Where's the accountability in that from the administration?
What a difference between the NCAA, where you have winning coaches that will be let go at the NCAA level.
Well, if there's some level of accountability from the administration from the top, if they value winning, then that'll force coaches to step up. But if there's no slap on the wrist, if there's no resources taken away, if you don't challenge them, they're not going to want to get better if they're getting paid the same paycheck.
Low-scoring affair here in the early going, just over the midway point of the opening quarter of Game 2 of 6. Stay with us. We'll be back at Sheridan College in Brampton.
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high flyer?
Throws up an alley-oop! All elbow! Williams!
Are you a leader? Or an elite role player? North Pole Hoops wants to know. What's your story?
Rep by rep. You push yourself. Effort is only half the battle. Doubt sets in. Why do you do it? Is it worth it? The lights turn on.
4:15 to go here in the first quarter. SJK up 4 on St. Laurent. Jimmy Omino, no good. Back up top to Omino. Looking down low for Rauknic, who I thought was super quiet yesterday and ended up with a 9 and 10. Quiet near double-double for him. Andrew Keogh, who has been on a steady incline all season long, much more confidence in his shot now.
And sometimes it takes, like we talked about the youth of this team, sometimes it takes an entire season. It's unfortunate, but it does. Shell shock is one of the big things with these guys, right? On a nightly basis, they're playing guys that are bigger than them, stronger than them, more athletic, more experienced. So it takes a little bit of time to get into a groove, so to speak. That was Milan Rauknic trying to take it strong there. He's being recruited by the University of Prince Edward Island, who is in attendance.
Rauknic is a guy you can see a lot of promise in. Like, he has that size, but it's the lower body is so strong as well. The Express back the other way. Manu Seni. Stéphane Basselet. Dwumfor to Seni. You know, I really think St. Laurent can attack these holes in the defense. SJK not overly active defensively. Really seem to be stuck in spot, using a lot of reach and arms in the early going here. They played yesterday and had to get back here for the noon game. Novicic back on the floor after taking that elbow to the nose earlier, but our training crew here, the Health Institute and our good friends from Sheridan College in Brampton all over it. Also taking a look at Aiden Jackson's ankle right now. Shot clock winding down, 1-4. Just probably a step too deep there. Had to beat the clock. Omino. Yeah. Senni tripped up. DeAndre Fordyce.
Way to go to the net, let's go, wheel. Bronco.
Just over 8 minutes into the opening quarter. Omino inbounding, has Damjanovic open. Not a lot of arc on that shot. Big offensive rebound pulled down by Odami. Fordyce working off that Novicic screen. Damjanovic, little pocket pass, almost picked off. Minot creating all kinds of issues in the paint.
Now, Alex Novicic's footwork in the paint has gotten a lot better. He's able to get guys off their feet and maneuver around them. As he continues to develop his body and trim, he's going to look like a really good U Sports level prospect. And some of the programs in attendance that are recruiting him are Laurier, Laurentian. You have UPEI, who's also looking at his teammate, Milan.
Referees getting together to get it right. Shot clock did go off even though the ball had hit the rim. Everybody in agreement on that one. Not just in the game of basketball, but completely revolving around the competition and the putting together of these events and the officials. Communication absolutely key. They've done a great job of that here this morning.
And there's that footwork we were just talking about. Alex Novicic, just very patient in the lane and good soft touch around the hoop.
Game is tied at 8. Then Datro. Keogh. Back to Datro. Definite speed advantage Saint Laurent has. It's the old speed versus size. Who will win out? Under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Oh, Minot swarmed once he gets the ball. Datro looked good coming off the fingertips, just a little short.
DeAndre Fordyce is one of the pieces of the future. 2020 class, very athletic, just learning how to play system ball. More of an isolation player at this point, but definitely a promising future on Fordyce.
Keogh, Minot over top of the big man. Nice touch. A little mid-range game by Minot. Shot clock, game clock in unison right now. Damjanovic, no good. Tight game through 1. Stay with us. Second quarter action after a short break.
NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure, with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure, with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH Events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure, with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH Scouting Service.
My apologies. We missed the Roosevelt Auguste little cleanup down low. But that gives St. Laurent a 12-8 lead here in the second quarter. Novicic just gathered it a little too far underneath the basket. Keogh, Datro, Auguste. No good. Keogh just flying in there and trying to get the rebound. Gotta love the spirit in this St. Laurent squad. Everything we've said about, playing up in age. Having said all that, we definitely can see the difference that this team has made since we first saw them in Ottawa, then again in the New Year session at Crestwood, and to now. Like, to a man, every one of them have improved, and as a program. So just a warning out there to the Quebec teams that will be facing down a St. Laurent squad when they return. Better be ready, as the Express are coming through. Datro attacking the baseline, runs out of room, throws it off of Rauknich and out of bounds. A lot of young mistakes made by this squad, but also you see a high basketball IQ at other moments. So they're getting it. Just over a buck and a half gone here in the second quarter. Dwumfor has not been able to get any bounces or rolls his way today. This could be a double-digit lead if he had dropped a couple more of those in tight. Jimmy Omino about to check into the game, so you hear over our headset, talking to his boys.
And Ben Datro in the passing lanes almost got off to a fast break. We've seen him finish high above the rim. We've seen him knock down that three with consistency, and as he approaches back to full health, that's when he's at his best. See the flash here in the high post. Ignored that time.
Just a little too much float on that jumper there. We knew that this would be a tight game, our second showcase game of the day. In our earlier showcase, BC Christian took care of business against Beast.
And the referees double teamed on that play. Definitely saw the travel. Everybody did.
2.5 gone here in the second quarter. Short break. We'll be back. Game 2 of 6 underway at Nationals here at Sheridan College in Brampton.
The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility.
Is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand down.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
NPH National Showcase Circuit. From the grassroots level to the pros, a system has been developed through the National Showcase Circuit. North Pole Hoops hosts 3-day camps in Canada's major basketball markets that focus on exposure, skill development, and character development. Top performers go on to receive athletic scholarships in Canada and the United States.
The showcase circuit getting underway once Nationals is done. Many players involved in the NPA got their start at one of those showcases as we crisscross Canada. Roknich had a wide open teammate, kept it himself for the Euro step finish. Ooh, Novicic. Tough shot.
How about Fordyce trying to come down with a putback?
Here we go. Dwumfor takes it at the big man. Novicic has already taken an elbow to the nose, but not shying away.
Well played by Novicic. Stayed as vertical as he could. Avoided any call from the referee.
Oh, someone's supposed to be open. Couldn't get it to him, though. Datro. Nice move, Ben Datro.
Very, very nice change of direction. Set Novicic up on one side, and there's no way that he was going to recover on that.
Mukaswari, Stefan Basale, and Oussama Maklouf checking in. Head coach. It's making sure that the Express get some players in to have an opportunity to get on the stream. Their families back home, the St. Laurent squad, very special that pretty much all these kids live within kilometers of each other. A lot of them grew up together, playing basketball together from the age of 11. So, you know, when they hit the road, it's not only about wins and losses, it's about, you know, making these memories together as a team and as friends.
Let's be realistic about it. I mean, the majority of the roster, I would say maybe the starting 5 from each team, maybe 6, 7 at best, will go on to play at the next level. The rest of the guys will have an impact in lives off the court. So, I mean, it's very important to keep those relationships. One thing I've learned as, you know, especially when I turned 30, the relationships that you keep, the circle that you keep around you, everyone brings some sort of value to the table. And your network, you know, you've heard the cliche, your network is your net worth, but that's absolutely true. There's no other way around it. If you maximize on the use of your network and they maximize on you, it's a win-win for everybody. So the relationships that these guys have and need to maximize on it is key.
Absolutely. True words spoken.
I keeps it real, man. I keeps it real.
Gideon Dwumfor to Datro. Shot clock winding down. Gets it to the youngin in the corner. No good by Malouf. Jackson gets it to Odame. Tosses it out into the corner. Datro getting after it. Saved it to the wrong team, though. Good ball movement. Datro has not had the stroke today, but nice work down low. Muka Suare. Nice little drop step off a nice feed. That's Rauknic. And SJK has their first lead since the beginning of the game. Dwumfor also no good. The Express have not had their touch from range today. Foul called. Rauknic getting to the line, looking to extend this lead. As Damjanovic checks in and Novicic waiting for the shooter. Trayvon Minot also lining up down low for the Express.
Nice one.
Offensive rebound off the miss.
And Novicic was hoping that ball went in because he's eager to get back in the game.
So I think the third time in this tournament I've seen a guy miss 2 free throws and his team picks up the offensive rebound. I just wonder if mentally the defensive teams that see the player miss the first shot immediately figure he's going to hit the second shot, take a little bit of a mental rest, and next thing you know, they miss an offense, or they miss a defensive rebound.
Right.
Because outside of some type of crazy athleticism, there's no reason you should ever give up an offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
Really good look here for this SJK squad as they cap off their final game at NPA Nationals. They got pretty much a whole section of coaches watching them. Milan, Rauknic, Alex Novicic, Branko Damjanovic, all heading in that U Sports route. All high academic guys that have an opportunity to play at the next level.
Bunch of solid individual players that, I mean, at the beginning of the year could get by on that when teams were still coming together, but while the majority of the other teams in the NPA really gelled together as a team, SJK just didn't have that option. They had some injuries. Practice time became a bit of an issue around exam time as well. And just while the rest of the teams were coming together, that gel didn't quite form on this squad. But I think these are names that you're going to be hearing for the next couple of years in prep school, high-level high school, and of course, U Sports. Because in the end, there's only one national champion. There's only 2 teams that are going to be in that national championship game, and only 4 teams that are going to be in the Final Four. So this has a lot to do with players having an opportunity to be seen and play against high-level competition. That's the best way for these scouts and these colleges to be able to properly decide what these players have to offer when they play against better competition.
That's right.
And even if it's not team to team, even if it's just one-on-one, like you're watching a Novicic take on a Trayvon Minot. As a U Sports coach, that's going to give you a better idea of what he needs to work on or what he's really good at, because you're seeing him take on a guy who you may see at the next level. A 1-point lead for SJK, 1:44 to go here in the first half. We'll be back. Nationals continues.
Everybody on their feet as Canada Top Flight Academy are the first high school aged national champions in the history of Canadian basketball.
We know that it's only going to get harder, especially, everybody's going to be getting better teams, and that it just puts a target on our back. So we know we're going to have to push harder, and every game is going to be a tough game.
This year, we're trying to win it for sure. I feel like we're one of the best in the league.
We're telling our guys, listen, man, you got to be ready to play and compete, because these guys want it.
It's either kill or be killed, on the court, you have to be competitive. You have to have a dog in you, or if not, you're not going to succeed or you're not going to do well in the sport.
Do we play with a chip? We make it so. It's who we are.
If you're going to put it all on the line every night, then you can come play on Central Tech.
Something about TBA is everyone is together, this family-like vibe. There's no questions about it. We have to win. If we don't win, it's a failure. I see it.
Well, Kitchener, we're not really known as a basketball city. Having that underdog mentality is just giving us extra motivation.
Hamilton's really, everyone's trying to prove themselves. Everyone's trying to show that they're better than other people.
Go into nationals and show people that we're not finishing last.
Back to live game action. Minot, high post, Keogh looking to get it back into Minot. Datro looking the same way. Instead, drives and kicks. Bachelet back out. Ooh, the Express have not had it from range, and yesterday that's how they started so strong. Speaking of strong, Milan Rauknic rocking the rim. SJK with a 3-point lead. It's a good matchup for both of these teams right here. The Express seeing some size that they wouldn't see on a regular basis. Have to rely on their speed and their shooting. That is going to help. If Andrew Keogh can try to get the lid off that rim for this squad.
And Keogh doesn't take a lot of shots in games, but here he is on the steal. Getting it done on both ends.
Taking it from Rauknic. Just give me the ball.
I was going to say, he doesn't take a lot of shots in games, but his efficiency level is high because when he is taking them, he's making most.
12-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Datro. Ooh, nice rip.
And he does a really good job, Datro does, assessing the floor before he starts his penetration and finding angles to get free, angles to split the defense.
We got it.
SJK wants to talk it over. Want to get a good final shot after this 2-second possession is up. Let's take a quick look at the bracket one time for everybody. Just a little reminder of what we have ahead of us today. 2 p.m. Notre Dame versus Rosse Netherwood School.
Deshaun Henry.
I keep hearing about this guy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They're from Wilcox, Saskatchewan. Pfft.
Faux to Dogan.
No basketball players out in Saskatchewan, folks.
Avery Hutchinson.
Nope. Never heard of them.
Cole Newkirk.
Not from Ontario. Don't know them.
Come on now.
Nope. They're not from Ontario. That means they're not good.
And if you didn't catch that, that is some major sarcasm. The #1 team in the country is from, yes, Wilcox, Saskatchewan.
No. Terrible. At 4 o'clock, TBA and Central Tech, Battle of Toronto. Central Tech has had themselves an unbelievable year. Just one loss. That coming against Crestwood when they did not have Raheem Sullivan or DeAndre Reed. That was their sole loss of the season. Looked at one point that they were going to run the season, but head coach Kevin Jeffers was not going to sacrifice the tight ship that he runs with the Blues just to have an undefeated season. That man has morals that I think everybody can learn a lesson from. Then you have CTA, the defending champs, ranked all the way down at 3 because they lost to Central Tech. They'll be taking on LBA, and then we have GTA Prep and Crestwood. 2 seconds on the shot clock here. Express looking to get something quick. Keogh.
Yes, sir.
Wow. This will be big for the Express in the second half if they can carry this solid shooting in the final minute. Novicic just taking it.
I've never seen him operate with that kind of speed.
Oh, and this is the man you want taking the shot. No good. 25-22. The Express with a 3-point lead at the half. A 10-minute halftime. We'll be back. Third quarter action coming at you in a bit.
SJK was one of the expansion programs in the NPA this season, representing the budding basketball hotbed that is Kitchener, Ontario. And that sporting trend is directly related to the city's most famous basketball export, Jamal Murray. The 7th overall pick in the 2016 draft is currently a starter for the Denver Nuggets, and he did it all while staying home in Canada during his high school years, inspiring local basketball players.
Jamal, like, he grew up basically in the same area as me. He went to the same middle school as me, and like we all looked up to him as a role model. It makes me believe that I can do the same thing, because I know like he came from the same area, went to the same school as me. It makes me believe that I can be the next one too. Like if he can do it, then I can follow the footsteps of what he did.
Growing up in Kitchener, like no one looks at us like the same as they would as someone from Toronto, because we're not really known as a basketball city. We put in the same work that a lot of other people do. I feel like we don't get recognized for it. Having that underdog mentality is just giving us extra motivation.
The Tri-Cities of Kitchener, Cambridge, and Waterloo also neighbor the city of Guelph, another hockey-centric city that also has a strong relationship with football, which was the first sport of Jimmy Omino, who is a key player for SJK.
My teachers noticed that like in class I was really energetic. So they said I need an outlet for this energy because I had too much energy in class and it was hard for me to focus. So then they all suggested football because they thought it'd be good for me to like go out running a lot, hitting people. Football ended because I broke my ankle, so my mom thought that it was dangerous now. So then she told me to switch over to something else. And the next thing that came up was basketball. After the first year, I kind of just fell in love with the sport, and it's a passion of mine now.
Whether a player picked up a sport late or has been playing since childhood, the National Preparatory Association's competitive parity has excelled these players' development as they look to play at the post-secondary level.
All the teams here are all competitive. It challenges me, and now it's made me see like the places that I can grow. And that's good for me because I haven't played that long, so I want to get better as fast as possible.
I heard about it last year, and I really wanted to be a part of it because it's just best players from all over the country. You get to see like different styles of play. Basketball is different in different regions.
We're striving to succeed in the NPA. Ultimately, our goal is a championship, so we'll see how that goes.
Sometimes sport becomes so competitive that you can lose sight of what is most important. But for the Saint-Laurent Express out of Montreal, Quebec, that is not an issue, because the man at the helm of this young team has a firm grasp of perspective, which was born from his arrival in this country almost 30 years ago.
I'm Lebanese originally, so we arrived in Canada in 1990. And I enrolled at Saint-Laurent. My parents enrolled me at Saint-Laurent. I used to be called Émile Legault back in the day. So grateful that this great country took us in, and this is our homeland now. But the struggle, you know, they have these things on Facebook, the struggle is real. The struggle was real, man. So my father's an electrical engineer. He had to drive pizza for a few years, and then he ended up becoming a taxi driver as a 30-year career. My mother, university English professor, waitress. And I tell these kids, I said, listen, man, I mean, you see me now, and you say, yeah, coach takes a vacation with his family, this and that. But, you know, coach went through it, just like you.
First year I started playing with my coach, I was kind of scared of him. Like, then after, like, I just
became like a dad, like a second dad for me. Like he doesn't just think about basketball, so he thinks about like after it. Yeah, our coach is like a family to us.
Honestly, he's the best coach I've ever had. Can't even lie about it. Like he's literally the best coach I've ever had. Nobody's ever pushed me like he did. We act as a family, we act as one. If one is in trouble, we're all in trouble. And I don't always think about myself, I think about the others, my teammates, my brothers.
We got a big banner in the locker room that says, it's not about you, it's about the team. So, it's not about you, right? There's a bigger goal here, there's a bigger vision, there's a, you know, whatever it is that you want to call it, it's bigger than the individual.
On top of a coach who has been a decades-long member of the St. Laurent community, the Express roster is exclusively made up of players from the village of St. Laurent. So the pride in their city and province is strong as they continue to build a name and keep their homegrown players in Quebec as long as possible.
Most of our players, like, when they're good, they leave Quebec, so we don't get the respect we really need.
People are mostly focused on Ontario. You don't only have kids from Ontario that have talent. We have talent too. We all play together, honestly. That's what Quebec's about. Moving the ball. We all fight together. We're in this together.
People ask me about Montreal, what's special about Montreal? It's the way that people integrate all together. It's the most beautiful thing. So this team represents a little bit of that. It's not so much the X's and O's and the drop steps. What's life about? It's about memories.
Looking to beat the buzzer. Stick back jab, Jacoby Neath.
Hey! Let's go, man. Good pick, boy.
Transition, Shaheem Malcolm. Oh, someone checked that ball for a bruise. With the steal. Blowing past everybody, AJ Lawson.
Let's go, bro.
In transition, throwing it down. Off the backboard, Jashawn Henry. Shaheem Malcolm letting everybody know the Riverhawks have taken flight. Right down the lane with the slam. Sammy Hunter. There's Daves.
That's a dive. That's a dive.
Showtime from the Filipino Wrecking Machine. And if you want to put together a Matthew Daves highlight reel, oh, look out, your boy, Elijah Fisher. Two-handed slam.
Two out of Calgary.
Ooh, no-look pass. Big-time finish. Cole Newkirk. Oh, so if you turn it over like that, it doesn't matter. Number 21, Nas Robert.
You were definitely put things into perspective for him.
You want to talk about perspective.
My assist, give me that assist. Oh, come on. Bang out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I won.
Jashawn Henry is a man. Raheem Sullivan has the ball in his hand. 2 on the clock, gets into the lane. Floater game! Floater game! Floater game! Raheem Sullivan wins the floater game! And this game is over!
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high flyer?
Throws up an alley-oop! All elbow! Williams!
Are you a leader? Or an elite role player? North Pole Hoops wants to know, what's your story?
All your questions are answered. We've traveled across the country and back. 6 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility.
Who is that guy with the hair right there talking over the clipboard? Looked like Tarek.
Which guy?
In the commercial.
Oh, that guy.
There's a guy with hair.
Yeah, yeah. He's lost it all now.
You guys have an older brother?
No, that's him.
Oh, okay.
I would be the eldest.
Yep, the world could not take a third Sabate brother.
My parents, there's no way they would have been able to handle more than me and him.
Although we can handle the cousins. The family cousins putting in work.
Cousins are awesome. They've helped so much along the way.
Absolutely. Minot getting pushed out, gets his own rebound and put back. Coach
looked like he got shoved under there.
Yeah. Coach Simon made a joke coming over and said, "You guys okay with the offensive battle that's occurring here?" It's been a defensive-minded first half. It's just a matter of the Express being able to start hitting from range. Well, SJK have also not had the touch from downtown, which they have a bunch of sharpshooters, but by not putting in work, no foul call.
He's just got to continue to play through it.
Novicic takes the pass, back down low. Damjanovic through the hands. Express on the run. Keogh gets cut off, walking the mid-court line like a tightrope. Keogh had back-to-back threes to end the first half, not there. Minot has it swatted out of his hands. Senni, no good. Dwumfor challenging the DeAndre Fordyce attempt. He'll go to the line to shoot two. while the Notre Dame Hounds are in attendance here, waiting for their 2 o'clock affair. Once again, offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Novicic, no good. Damjanovic, it's a back out top. Keogh gonna get called for the foul there. Rauknic going to the line. The end of this game will be sad to see Saint-Laurent go back to Quebec. Been such a valuable member in their debut season in the National Preparatory Association. A welcome addition to our league. Adding to the culture that we are growing here in the NPA. Jackson to Damjanovic, Novicic. Pass to Jackson was picked off by Keogh.
Watch court.
Only have one guy with 3 fouls. One guy with 3 fouls.
SJK getting after it on the offensive end. They are crashing the glass. Neither team really finding their flow offensively. Minot comes down with it. He is racking up boards.
And Keogh's been a big part of this game.
Finished off that first half strong.
Yeah, and it's good that they can look at him as a secondary option to bring up the ball as opposed to making it all bend.
Minot, so long. Finally getting a call down there. Find guys of his size and shape a lot of the times don't get the benefit of the whistle. Figure if they get pushed out, it's because they're so slight. A lot of times they have to play through a lot more than other big men do.
And as he continues to build his base, his foundation, his lower body strength, you're going to start to see him finish with a lot more authority around the rim. And what starts in, little soft touches around the rim is going to be dunks around the rim, which are going to lead to three-point plays.
Do you take a look at Minot's impressive skill, but still so young, like this entire Express squad. A lot of contact down low, a lot of sloppy play underneath the rim. Datro. Nice little change of direction. Kick out, Senni. Keogh, back to Senni.
Good extra pass, very unselfish play by Keogh. Although I would trust Keogh as more of a better shooter than Senni, the fact that he knew he wasn't as free as Senni was in the corner, got it right back to him. Very unselfish. Deflection here goes out of bounds and back. Possession stays with St. Laurent. Milan Rocknich getting a little bit of a break here. Has been played a majority of the game.
That's a tough one. He bounced off.
29-25 here in the halfway through the third quarter.
Set it up.
Stick with us after this game. Again, as Jason mentioned, Notre Dame first place team taking on 9th Rothsay Netherwood. Rothsay able to get by Beast yesterday just slightly after controlling a majority of the game. And they got quite the challenge up ahead of them. I got no idea who's going to defend Jashawn Henry. No idea who's going to defend Fofo on that team. Kellen Tynes is a very smart defender, but this is a different breed that he's playing against. Shaim Malcolm may be able to use his length on the defensive side of things, but the rest of the RNS squad is really going to have to step up and make this a complete team effort from the first guy to the last guy on the bench. Triple for St. Laurent. Roosevelt Auguste knocking it down that time. They bring him in once in a while as a specialist. Once he spots up and gets his hands ready, he gets his feet in stance. And SJK just very clumsy possessions here.
Bronco, Milan, 50. Bronco, Milan, Jimmy, 50. Pick up.
Oh, and a nice roll that time by Trayvon Minot, and there it is. That's good communication between the two, between Datro and Minot.
Damjanovic back with the ball, goes behind his back. Ooh, Branko Damjanovic showing us a little something, something.
Jimmy, let's go.
3:36 to go. St. Laurent extending their lead. It would make their drive home to Quebec a little bit more enjoyable if they could come out with a win here. I know they went 0 for 4 when they last came to Toronto. They had a tough schedule in the New Year's Challenge at Crestwood Prep back in January. Wow. Once again, Roosevelt Ghost. Back-to-back threes.
He hasn't shown a lot of signs off the dribble, but one thing that he has shown that he can do is set up his feet and knock it down when they need one.
A 12-point lead. August swings it to Keogh. That was some miscommunication. You got trifecta of young kids out here for St. Laurent. As RNS rolls in to the gym. Always interesting to see the body language. Right. RNS rolls in, you look over to the left, look over to the left of Notre Dame. Two teams that definitely don't see each other a lot. Prairies versus Maritimes. That's what's so special about the NPA. These are two squads that would never play each other. Rauknich. Keogh comes down with the loose ball. Got numbers if they hurry up, but SJK gets back. Doesn't matter. Datro keeps it himself, finishes in transition, pushing the lead up to double digits. Ooh, big collision there. Datro and Damjanovic.
23 white, hits.
Datro comes up with a bit of a split lip. The fatherly disappointment in the voice of Coach Akram. That's exactly what Datro explained about his relationship. Definitely a father figure. Two on the clock, left in the third quarter. Datro whips it back out into the corner now. Novicic.
Very vertical,
Yeah.
Stayed complete, didn't give the ref a chance to make that call.
Fundamentally sound defensively as Novicic. Helps that he has that natural size.
The biggest thing for him, man, is being able to take care of his body on a yearly basis and consistent throughout the season. That is going to allow him to be a lot more explosive, a lot more faster, getting up and down the floor. Good finish. He's strong already as is. He can take contact. He's got good shoulders, good core.
Taking a look at RNS. That's the Riverhawks in attendance, and just to their right, our left, the Notre Dame Hounds in red. And they're getting up to head in and get ready, led by Ade Falar and Ade again, leading his troops out. A mysterious team out of Wilcox, Saskatchewan, those Hounds. And many people will be getting their first taste of them in our 2 o'clock game as they take on the Riverhawks of RNS. It was very cool to see the picture in the dining hall at RNS yesterday, to see the game on the big screen.
They got a lot of fan support, man, for a population that's so small compared to the rest of the country. It's an all-in community.
It's a dining hall we're gonna probably get to know fairly well as Trayvon Minot.
That's what we want to see from the big man.
Says, why not? I'm gonna throw this down while I'm still here in Ontario.
So him, guys like Sammy Hunter, those are the type of finishes, fully capable. Those are the type of finishes you want to see.
We're mentioning RNS, the dining hall. We'll get to know that when we're out there for the Melee in the Maritimes.
I can't wait. I'm so excited about this expansion. I'm so excited about being able to actually take this live stream out there, being there physically, being on the West Coast, showing the rest of this country what exactly is going on here with the NPA Nationals.
RNS will be hosting us out there end of October, beginning of November. That will most likely end up being the jump off for season 3, as half of our league will be traveling out to New Brunswick to kick off the season. Nine-point lead, 1.7 to go here in the third quarter. Nine-point lead through 3 quarters. The fourth quarter between SJK and St. Laurent will be after this short break.
Sometimes sport becomes so competitive that you can lose sight of what is most important. But for the St. Laurent Express out of Montreal, Quebec, that is not an issue, because the man at the helm.
The National Preparatory Association is expanding for Season 3. Canada's only national prep school basketball league is accepting applications from high-level programs from coast to coast. The NPA provides top competition, unrivaled exposure, and every program will have an impact in the growth of the league. We may also be able to provide opportunities for individual players looking to join one of the NPA teams. The team application deadline is April 30th. Email info@northpolehoops.com to start the process for your chance to join a nation inspired.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country.
Everyone has their story. What's yours? Were you born with the ball in your hands? Or were you a late bloomer? Are you a dead-eye shooter? Or a high?
Boots and cats.
Boots and cats and boots and cats.
9-point lead for St. Laurent. Looking to end their Nationals appearance on a positive note. The losing side of the bracket playing the second showcase game of the day. BC Christian Prep out of Port Coquitlam has already beaten Beast today. And now St. Laurent out of Quebec with a 7-point lead over top of St. John's Kilmarnock just north of Kitchener. Gideon Dwumfor has been pretty silent here today. One of their top scorers. especially in the last couple of months. He's been very, very solid for them. Nice passing. Damjanovic to Rauknic. SJK not about to go away here today. Datro. Might not. Can't finish. Got 4 more games here today as our top 4 seeds play in the quarterfinals against the winners from yesterday's games. Jimmy Omino inbounding. I think this game's going to be tight right down to the stretch. No one really taking control. Although Saint Laurent has really been in the lead since about midway through the second quarter. Datro bringing it up. Keogh on his hip. Senni to Minot. Back to Datro. He's going to pull up. Minot all over
long
it.
reach, man. Effortless. And he's barely getting any elevation right now. As I mentioned earlier, the explosiveness is still the next element that's going to come into play, and it's not going to come until, you know, he's continuing to learn his body. He might even still be growing. Right for now, he just uses that long reach, and rough call that time.
Late call. So those late whistles that, you know, I feel for the refs at the same time, because it's just human nature, right? That you blow the whistle after you see the basket made or not. Even if you were going to blow that whistle, no matter if the ball went in or not, but it leads up to the interpretation of the viewer that you waited to see if it went in or not.
Right.
Just I don't know how you know, get that out of someone's mindset. It's very difficult.
Guys, is everyone on their team foul trouble? Team fouls, guys, team fouls up there.
Leads down to 3. SJK chipping away. This little shovel pass, Damjanovic. SJK back to within 1. Games are about to pick up at 2 p.m., so why not start now? Down the stretch of this one, it's going to be a battle. Both teams wanting to be able to come out of their nationals appearance with at least 1 win. Dwumfor. You know, without someone besides Minot scoring offensively, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Saint Laurent to hold on for this win.
Smart foul there by Senni. I'm not allowing Milan Rauknic to have that one easily.
And now Minot gets a rest. Just a 1-point lead. Would guess that that's not going to last a very long time. Tied at 47. SJK back in the lead for the first time since, I believe, the first quarter. Well, the Young Express are going to have to prove their worth now. This is a guy who's had the shot going today, one of the few, Roosevelt Auguste.
The specialist, he's the one. You need a three for this team, you look for him, you get him on the floor.
Especially with the rest of the team struggling. That has been very, very important. SJK answers. Kyo. Senni. Suddenly, the Express have found their shot. You see them swarming the ball, giving up size at really every position. You've got to get active. Auguste comes up with it. Bandatro going 1-on-2. Fakes the pass. Had the trailer coming, but there was not a passing lane. Datro again. 1-on-2. This time decides to pull it out. Almost gets tripped up, gets it back. Midway point of the fourth quarter, Datro pulls up. Good transition defense.
Careless play that time by SJK. Ball going out of bounds and back to St. Laurent.
Refs are going to get together.
23. Jimmy, the other. I know, 23. We check the team foul count. Boys, be ready to switch. Be ready to switch.
The quick check on the team fouls for both squads here up on the scoreboard all gets sorted out, and we're back to the action. More than halfway through the fourth quarter here.
St. Laurent with a 2-point lead, but SJK making it strong defensively, turning it into offense. DeAndre Fordyce, the steal and basket. We're tied at 52, going back and forth.
Class of 2020, ladies and gentlemen. This youngster's got a promising future.
Datro has not had it going from range. Getting it to the rim, can't finish. Novicic, Damjanovic.
Good drop off.
Baskic. 3:45 to go. Senni into the paint. Nice drop off. Auguste.
Yeah, it's tough when you're calling 4 Serbian last names, all ending with each.
I'm sorry, that was Muka Svare who had fumbled that out of bounds. I'm sure he would have been fine with me calling him a different name on the loose hands there. Timeout on the floor. 2-point lead. St. Laurent stuck 2. Stay with us.
Let's keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
Get your feet square. Get your feet square.
Take it home, write it down, grab a homie, and work on it. Work on it, master it.
AJ Lawson, go! He gets it to go! Wow! Pick it up, Jalen.
Oh my God!
Top 10.
Two-way players are the best players. Understand that. Two-way players are the best players.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-hand jam!
Let's go, boy!
It doesn't matter from what city you're from, how tall you are, what school, what club you represent, game speaks. There's no politics here.
We've traveled across the country and back. 6 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
3:36 left. It's winning time for one of these teams.
It's a back and forth affair pretty much the entire game. Trayvon ripping that one down.
SJK up 2. Could not add to their lead. Now need to stop on the defensive end. Datro. Blow by. Dish.
Good drop off. Again, the drop off is working really well.
DeAndre Fordyce was there to strip it away on the block on my knot.
And I'm seeing a lot of fire from Novicic today that, you know, he showed spurts of that in Ottawa, spurts of it in Toronto at Crestwood.
Damjanovic inviting contact. No call, but gets the basket. SJK up 4, their biggest lead of the game, with 3 to go. August. Senny.
I'm watching guys file in right now into the stands. We got quite a Saskatchewan contingent here that has flown out to watch these guys at Nationals.
Ooh, yeah, that's an obvious.
No, got 13 gold, that way.
That's the right call.
Absolutely.
That's the right call.
I don't know how you argue that. Roknich drove an elbow into my knot's head. Timeout for ST-LAURENT. We'll be back. Fourth quarter continues down the stretch. Going to be a good one.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country.
The National Preparatory Association is expanding for Season 3. Canada's only national prep school basketball league is accepting applications from high-level programs from coast to coast. The NPA provides top competition, unrivaled exposure, and every program will have an impact in the growth of the league. We may also be able to provide opportunities for individual players looking to join one of the NPA teams. The team application deadline is April 30th. Email info@northpolehoops.com to start the process for your chance to join a nation. We've traveled across the country and back. 6 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast.
We're back live. 2-point lead SJK, who trailed throughout the second and third quarters, now in the lead in the fourth, as we await the first game of nationals involving our top seed, the Notre Dame Hounds. They'll be taking on Rothesay Netherwood next at 2. contact. This is going to be a violation. No, got it over. Datro, kick back out. This has been the hot shooter today, but no good there. Keogh gathers it. Shot clock reset to 14. Senni. Novicic pulls it down thanks to a little veteran move, knocking Minot out of the way. Going back the other way, 1:35 to go. The Express with a chance here. Stuck 2.
We need to stop.
Datro. August. Senni. Back to August. He's going to launch. Wow. Where would the Express be without Roosevelt August today? Putting them back up 1. 1:05 to go.
He's got 9 points in the game in very limited time.
Oh, and the answer, DeAndre Fordyce. Timeout on the floor. 1 minute even to go. Stay with us. We got a good finish coming your way.
NPH event.
Hi, I'm Siobhan Minot, and I'm mic'd up with Norco Hoops. 1-2, Saint-Louis strong. 1-2!
Saint-Louis strong.
Si, au pire, il faut qu'on joue fort. We gotta start hard. Let's go. Prends-le, prends-la, 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 prends-la. Oh. Oh. Let's go. Sorry, sorry, sorry. He's dead, he's dead! Dead! Shoot that, box! Yeah! Let's go! Hey! Get out of here! Commence hard, là, let's go. Let's go. Qu'est-ce qui va se passer? Il va juste attraper le rebond puis marquer. Yeah, je commence en bas, pour ça je monte. I wanted that, boy, I wanted that. Andrew. Oh, boy. Trust me, yo, I was there. J'étais là.
It's dead, so why do you need your arm?
It's all good, it's all good. No, it's all good.
I'm short, eh?
400 la balle, 400 la balle. Smile, smile.
You haven't missed a thing. Express inbounding on the far sideline, right in front of the Notre Dame Hounds, with a good contingent of fans in from the prairies. Datro with his team stuck to, and he loses it out of bounds.
You know what's coming. Smart passes. You know what's coming here. I'll be ready. I'll be ready to help.
Wow. Senni just exploded back on defense to pick off that pass, and everyone forgot about Datro, but he just terrible hands. Back-to-back possessions, Datro just loses the ball. SJK just looking to hold on to the ball and eat some clock. 9 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock. 2-point lead for SJK. This is big right here. Saint-Laurent needs to stand tall defensively and not foul. Oh, Damjanovic. No. Five on the clock, 16 on the game clock.
And big man Trayvon Minot has to make sure that he seals guys and cleans up around the rim on this possession.
14-second reset.
Novicic. There's saying no foul.
Excellent defense played by Trayvon Minot.
Timeout for St. Laurent. What's going to happen? Here we go. Final seconds. Short break. We'll be back at you.
Timeout, White.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in! No good! 2 seconds to go! Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue.
You got something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out! One hand down!
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests.
NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs.
SJK up 2. 12.7 on the clock. St. Laurent with the ball. Gonna guess they're gonna be looking for a quick 2, looking at Minot. Keogh. Datro. Run off the screen. Runs out of room, gets it back.
Uh-oh.
Jump ball. Possession arrow going the way of St. Laurent.
Good hands by SJK.
4 seconds. I think you have to take what's available. Coach Akram screaming in instructions from the sidelines. Wide opens, down low. Timeout. Big time play. Senny was huge right there. Tied at 59. SJK is still going to have a chance here.
3.2 is a lot of time on the clock. Let's see what they draw up here.
You've already ruined your own sport. Don't ruin mine. That's what I think of you.
So 3.2 left. You have multiple shooters on the floor for SJK. SJK knows what they want to do. Their boys are out there on the floor ready to go.
You got one left.
Double checking their team foul situation. Novicic gets it up. No good. Offensive rebound, put back. We're going to overtime. Tied at 59. Everyone hold your horses. We'll be back for overtime after a short break.
One apiece.
Oh, no! Oh, let's go! Got it.
Unset, jump stop, take a hop, and then go up and dunk or something.
Let's go.
Hello, North Pole. You're mic'd up, right?
Yeah, you already know.
Where's the camera?
It's right behind you, bro.
Oh,
Le fan. Je l'ai dit, watch the screen parce qu'ils sont bien. Steph. Don't chase. Ah! Yo, si jamais tu sens le besoin de call over pour Arnaud, just do it.
Mais le best, c'est qu'il comme, si je beat mon joueur, je vais open lane. Après, j'attaque, jump stop.
Yo.
Fait que t'es toujours open quand j'attaque.
Yeah, je sais, yo. Just jump stop first and then give it to me. I got you. Don't stall. Arrête pas de dribbler. Yo, tu restes statique, posé. Hey! Go! Yes, nice hustle. Help him up. Yeah! Help him up.
Shout out Norco Hoops, guys. My club.
I'm Kellen Tynes and I'm mic'd up for North Pole Hoops. Bad and boot, bad, cooking the dough with the ooze. Yeah. To my dog. Woo.
We're going to play a lot of zone, so we need to beat it down the court. We can run all our sets against the zone. You just got to run to good space.
Done it. Ayo, bang into 30. Lock out middle. Dawson drop. Ben, see him. Don't let it get through there. Dawson drop. Hey! Let's go, boy! Ben, turn and sprint.
Who puts hot peppers into salad? Time. You got it. 5 minutes left in our overtime. That's what we get for OT. Both teams with one timeout.
Keogh gets his hands on it. He's been instrumental in keeping St. Laurent in this game. Both shooting from the perimeter and getting his hands in the passing lanes for steals.
Datro. Why not? There you go.
And Alex Novicic caught an elbow to the face.
For the second time today.
He held his position, was hoping to get a charge, but...
Hey, Alex. Hurry up.
Yeah, he's quarterback.
Both RNS and Notre Dame. Ready to go when they saw this one go to overtime. Collective big sigh. They want to get out on the floor and get warmed up for their big time matchup.
Intensity's picked up here in OT.
Damjanovic, Rauknic, foul. It's the first. Splits a pair. Minot brings it down. Datros played almost this entire game. Pulling it down, Jimmy Omino. Senny. Keogh. Datro. Into the paint. Tough take.
As he gets that second defender he draws the attention. He's got to look off for that dump off. He's been good creating it in other situations.
There's Omino, a little crossover. Nice roll, nice finish.
There he goes again.
It's the man, Roosevelt Auguste. He has been the difference maker for Saint Laurent. He has them up 2. Nice ball movement. Omino from downtown. Trading threes, trading the lead back and forth in this overtime frame of showcase game number 2. Our top 4 seeds on deck starting 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 and 8. Senni can't get the roll. Not after it. Senni gets it back. Keogh. Datro gets into the lane. Nice little teardrop.
Stop the clock, right?
Saint Laurent back up 1. Roknich no good. Little collision along the baseline there. Timeout for SJK. 1:45 to go. Short break. We'll be back. Looking to beat the buzzer. Stick back jab, Jacoby Neath.
Hey! Let's go, man. Good pick, boy.
Transition, Shaheem Malcolm. Oh, someone checked that ball for a bruise. With the steal. Blowing past everybody, AJ Lawson.
Let's go, bro.
In transition, throwing it down. Off the backboard, Jashawn Henry. Shaheem Malcolm letting everybody know the Riverhawks have taken flight. Right down the lane with the slam. Sammy Hunter. There's Daves.
That's a dive. That's a dive.
Showtime from the Filipino Wrecking Machine. And if you want to put together a Matthew Daves highlight reel, oh, look out, your boy, Elijah Fisher. Two-handed slam!
Two out of Calgary.
Ooh, no! They got 5. We're back live as Damjanovic is over getting taped up on the sidelines. 8 on the shot clock. Bad pass. Damjanovic now going to check back in. 1:40 to go. One-point lead for Saint Laurent. They have the ball.
Okay, G, let's go.
Oh, Keogh wide open in the wing over there. Datros keeping it on this side. He knows who the hot hand is. This is the Roosevelt Auguste game.
Wowzers. He has done so much for this team. If they win, it's on him. Everybody's got to be giving him props.
He is your omnivore player of the game if it ends up this way. Back the other way. Keogh, kick out.
Yes.
Who's the man?
Yes.
That's the man.
Roosevelt over.
Auguste. Making fans throughout this gym. I think the Notre Dame Hounds and RNS Riverhawks love this man right now. Novicic answers. He's not a fan. We got a 5-point lead with 50 seconds left. They don't want a foul, they need a steal. Datro, ooh, crossing over, kick out, Keogh. There's one man who's supposed to get this ball. 8 on the clock. They get it to him. August gives it up. Datro to the baseline. Ooh, rolled his ankle, gets it to Minot. Big time basket from the big man. 28 seconds left, the lead's up to 7. Damjanovic, no good.
And that should do it. 74-67 with 16 to go. SJK looking to get up the floor and just jack it. The ball's back in St. Laurent's hands.
$14 seconds left. Playing the foul game now. Datro cashes the first. And the second. 9-point lead, 13 seconds to go. The St. Laurent Express, the underage squad, went to overtime with SJK, who get it back. No fouling here. And that's it. That concludes the Roosevelt-Auguste game. Big time showing from the young man from Montreal. The St. Laurent Express head back to Quebec with a win under their belt. 7-point win. We'll be back. Business is about to pick up with this 2 o'clock game. We'll see you back here. Let's call it 2:05.